Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we're going to be doing an overview or a voiceover of a recent sketch painting I did. And I believe I saw something on Pinterest. It was like a creature design something. It was some kind of 3D sculpture or model. And I felt like painting. I did not paint exactly that specific thing, but I just like the colors, and I thought of painting something from that bit of inspiration. And yeah, this time I did paint this piece in Photoshop. Usually I paint it whenever I paint and I record. I do it via Clip Studio Paint just because it lags less. But somehow Photoshop was doing kind of nice, or was performing kind of well. What's sad though is because in Clip Studio Paint you do have a built-in time-lapse feature, so I have like two recordings that I can make. One via like Bandicam or some kind of recording software, and then the in-house, built time-lapse thing within Clip Studio Paint. But for Photoshop, I actually installed this like plugin. It's free, F_record. I've tested it and it has worked for some of my like tests, but somehow for this piece or for this project, it only captured like a few like a few seconds. It was a 4 second thing, and I'm not sure what went wrong, but it just sucked so bad because I wanted to add like a different kind of video or time-lapse video to match up or to pair up with this time-lapse from my like webcam. But anyway, this is the only one we have, this time-lapse video with a webcam. But hopefully you can see what I was drawing or painting. And for the process, it's the same process I have been doing with the past episodes. But I think for this piece, instead of starting directly with line or with line sketch, I actually painted like a rough silhouette of the skin of this creature thing. And then I felt like I was like, fuck, I needed to add a bit of not detail, but just some structure, some basic structure of where the legs and body ought to go. So I decided to add some quick lines on top of that base silhouette. And you know, for this specific painting, I did do a bunch of experiments like with the layers, especially with, because I felt like I needed to do some dramatic lighting for it. So you can see me like constantly add some like big shadows with some big brush strokes. I even added some like orange something in between those, or in the terminator lines between, it's basically the line between the lights and the darks. Probably can't see it as well, but it's there. And I think it helped. So I was very experimental, way more experimental with this piece than my past 2 episodes. But I did like the feeling that I was able to sort of capture. And sometimes that's what you need when you paint. Like, you don't always need like the perfect thing. Sometimes you just want to paint because you feel like capturing something. Even though looking at it now, it could have used a bit more structure. But the thing is, even if it does, like, will I be able to design it well? Probably not. I still need to practice on my own and get good at, you know, just adding more structure, anatomical details. I think that would definitely benefit me more. But big picture wise, the feeling that I was able to capture, you know, I'm satisfied with it. Like, if I just zoom out very far, it's a good painting. You know, thumbnail view where you don't see any details. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool painting. But then again, I still needed that initial reference. Well, it's not bad to use reference, but you know, one day it would really be cool to just design stuff on your own and have it like really be, you know, somewhat realistic or just based in reality in some way. Like, you can tell it's like structured well, kind of makes sense. I think a guy I would recommend who has, because right now for this painting, I think the main thing I'm really like happy with is the feeling, right? But I'm not too like, I'm longing for some structure and some more detail with this kind of painting. So I think a good guide I'll recommend who kind of has both. They can capture the feeling, the narrative, but at the same time have structured based drawings or paintings. Check out Adrian Bush. I don't think I've done an art review of the guy yet, but eventually I might, or I probably will. But they just have the most cool or coolest types of paintings. Sometimes they're quiet, sometimes they're energetic, but you can tell there's some like foundational something there. You know, whenever they draw some creatures or people, you can tell there's some baseline anatomy that's being met. And when you zoom out, you can just see the colors, the lighting show through, because there's almost always going to be some kind of narrative story in their artwork. And I just like the combination. It's just a freaking cool combination. Now, when it comes to details, maybe I need to learn a bit more from. Maybe some of you may know Robert Pencil or Anthony Jones. If you check out his creature designs, super cool anatomy, and you can tell he's very expressive. Like he can just make anything, even though it feels like very wild. There's still some baseline sort of anatomy, something that's being like that's there. So it feels, even though it's super fantastical, kind of crazy, it still feels realistic to an extent. And maybe I should learn more in terms of structure from that guy. Although he does the detailing, the detailing in his work is pretty insane too. So I don't have to go that far, but I just need to have something. So I think Adrian Bush should be a good aim to go for, because again, he just knows when to stop adding detail. So anyway, I wanted to make the face a little more like it just ended up becoming more of like a shrimp or an insect face, because it's super easy to do. And for that, I do recommend the work of Feng Zhu. Whenever he does creatures, it often ends up becoming like an insect, and I believe that's kind of one of his like main inspirations. Like he just loves insects. There's just something about them that he loves, and it does show. Whether he's designing like ships, environments, there's kind of an insecty vibe there in his work. So check out Feng Zhu as well. But yeah, so I definitely played a lot more with layers here. Definitely way more layers overall than my past two episodes. But I was satisfied, right? It wasn't like I was going back and forth all too that much. It was still very sort of efficient, and I still felt comfortable. What I want to avoid is being so like stressed out with the layering system, right? So for this piece, I did not feel any stress in that kind of way. So yeah. And I think just using the mixer brush after the whole, or most after, like if most of the painting is done, using the mixer brush just adds a bit of something to your strokes. It will definitely make your work look more painterly, so that's cool. But I think it can add a bit of motion as well, or energy. If your strokes are becoming a little too dry, just use a smudge tool or a blending tool or a mixer brush, and I think it's gonna add a little bit of something. And anyway, if you're trying to paint something, just capture the feeling. It doesn't always have to have structure. You can always rework some pieces of your in the past, right? But if you just want to capture a feeling, then you can just do that without being so attached to like the structure. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you want the brushes, check the link below. And if you want the full real-time version, head over to my membership so you can watch the whole thing. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.